Hello, my loves, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me for this video. I am so excited to dive into this topic on the most important steps that you need to be taking to make 2022 specifically your most successful year yet. If you are watching this and it is another year in time on this planet, on this earth, that's okay. There's still a lot of really great information in this video that I know will be incredibly beneficial for you. So, again, welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do that right now below. Like and comment on this video. I love hearing what your takeaways are from what I'm sharing here with you. And I love hearing as well how you're implementing this stuff. So please comment down below. Like the video, share it with someone you love, have the courage to share it with someone you don't know, and also make sure you check out the description because there are tons of free gifts for you that you can go and jump into right away if you want to take some more actionable steps towards creating your time freedom lifestyle and vision, as well as the links below guide you to joining my courses where we really dive into how you can reclaim your time and create your customized work style so that you can really live this time freedom vision that you desire for your life. And you can also click the links below to get in on some one-on-one coaching with me. There's some links where we can actually have a discovery call and just chat about what that looks like for you, as well as links where you can go straight ahead and dive into some of the options and ways that we can work together and I can be supporting you. So without further ado, let's dive into the topic for today, the most important thing for setting yourself up for success in 2022. What is it? So the first thing that I want to talk about here, because I see this happen so often with my clients, is that we tend to have a clear vision or idea or feeling of what it is that we want to create in the big picture, right? Like maybe you want to start a business. And that's kind of like the big thing, or you want a particular kind of job. And we kind of just see it in like this blurry sense, right? This is like, oh, the business, or oh, the career, or oh, the family. But we don't necessarily have that clear cut vision of exactly what that looks like, right? The film, so to say, is a little bit foggy, it's a little bit blurry, and we can't see those clear shapes and like clear images of our face or of the people that we're with or of the office and what that looks like, right? So the first and most important thing for creating and setting yourself up for success in 2022 is really getting so incredibly clear on what success means to you, first and foremost. Like, what does it mean for you to be successful? How will you know when you're successful? And then number two, what are the specific goals that you have for yourself and the things that you want to create and manifest this year? And I do like to hone in on this year. But once you get clarity on what those things are, I'm going to encourage you to release it needing to happen within this year. Right? When we're talking about manifesting and getting into the energy of attracting what you want and receiving, the universe doesn't work on our societal timeline, right? We're talking a lot on this channel about how to create your time freedom and how to achieve your goals by doing less. And a lot of that does come down to having a plan in place and executing on that. However, we also want to unattach ourselves from this normal societal timeline of months and years, because that's just not how the universe understands things. That's not how energy exchanges work, right? So we'll dive a little bit more into that, but just first and foremost, clarity is the most important step. And again, I see this a lot with my clients where they believe that they have clarity and they say, you know, I want to be healthy this year, or I want to find love, but we don't go and take that next step generally. And we really want to spend some time here. And it doesn't need to be hours and hours. It could literally be 10 minutes where you're getting really detailed about what that health means to you. And I want you to, or what your relationship means to you or your business. It doesn't matter what the specific goal is, but I want you to get really tangible with it first and foremost, so that you have some markers that you can go by to know if you've achieved that goal or when you've achieved that goal. Otherwise, it's really easy to say something like, you know, I want to feel love, but How do I know when I've gotten that? Because love is a feeling that I could feel right now. I could feel it tomorrow for 5 minutes towards myself or with someone else, but I might not be able to sustain it. Or maybe what I really want is love in a relationship with a partner, or I want the feeling of successfulness or satisfaction, but I want it through my business. And if we're not getting clear on what those specific tangible markers are, it's going to be really hard for our subconscious to be able to identify whether or not we've reached that, right? So that's really the first key, is to get that real concrete clarity going, okay? The second thing that we want to start doing then to set yourself up for success, like I said, specifically in 2022, comes down to the energy that's happening in our world. A lot of the work that I do links in together with astrology and the cosmos, and there are some really powerful things happening energetically this year. And what they're asking us to do is to come back to what your values are. What are your values around work and success? I already mentioned this earlier, and this is where we're going to dive into it a little bit more. But getting super clear on what success means to you, okay? And what it means to have money or to have time, because there is this standard way and dominant narrative around what success is, right? You go to university, you get a big, high status job, you're making a lot of money, you buy the house, the family, the white picket fence. Like, those are some standard ways that we have been taught to look for success, right? And especially as women, we have another level of that, which is when do you get married, when do you have kids, all of that stuff, right? So I want you to start to redefine that for yourself. That's what the energy of this year is asking us to do. These old ways of how we've been taught to be successful and to work, they're shifting. And we're kind of getting to this point where we're done with the hustle and grind mentality, this be the girl boss or grind it out until you get to that successful point. Like, we just don't resonate with that anymore collectively. And maybe you're still in that, maybe you're even in a place of burnout right now, but we're not going in that direction anymore. That's not where we collectively feel aligned anymore. Just tune in for a minute and see if that at all feels true for you. But on a personal level, on an individual level, start to see if that feels true for you as well. Does it feel true that, this whole conversation on the hustle just kind of feels exhausting now, right? It doesn't feel good to work that way. And the only way that we can really shift out of it, that you as an individual in your life can start to shift out of it, is to redefine what you want instead, right? And that means getting clear on your values for how you want to be showing up in that space, how you want to be working towards these goals, and what that level of success actually means to you. Maybe it means having time. Maybe it means being able to travel wherever you want to travel. Maybe it means being able to spend time with your partner, your kids, or your family members, because you don't need to be working all the time, right? So getting really clear on what that next level version of success means to you. And I'm going to talk about this in future videos, but I want to just footnote it here at the end so that you have a little bit of something to go off of. And I'll link the future videos here once they're up. But the final thing to really do once we identify these goals, we've talked a lot today about having real concrete clarity. And that can sometimes get to this place of feeling like a little stressful, right? Because we want to take action on the thing right away. Then we want to implement some kind of step to make it happen, to go in the direction of what we're wanting to create. But what I really want to encourage you to do once you have that clarity is to step away from needing to take action on it right away. Especially for the first part of this year, a lot of what we're meant to be doing is receiving from the foundations that we've already laid. And if there are still foundations that you feel like you need to lay, to go and do that work, but not need to overdo the work, right? To really be able to see that what you're doing truly is enough, and that you get to receive the results of that. And that starts to tie in with the concept of surrendering, that we don't actually need to be doing the absolute most to get the results we want, right? So I'm going to leave that whole topic for another video, for another time. Really, what I want to give you today is just getting into that space of clarity, concrete clarity, okay? If we don't have that clarity in terms of what we want to be creating, it's going to be really hard to, one, attract it specifically. We might get something similar, but it might not be exactly what we want. And then we're wondering why we didn't get that thing. And number two, it's going to be hard to really sit in the feeling of, oh my God, this is true. This gets to be mine, because we don't see the crystal clear picture, right? So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Please let me know what your biggest takeaway from this video is in the comments below. If you have any questions, drop them there as well. And I will see you next time.